Hey, what's up everyone? Ashton or Ashnflash Productions here, and today, thanks to LEGO's social media, they have revealed another CMF series that will be releasing on May 1st alongside the Disney Series 2. And with the release of all the 20th anniversary sets coming out today on April 1st, it's the perfect time for them to announce this very special 20th anniversary CMF series. And I have to say, I love this one a lot, and I think that it's super smart what they've done. And anyways, enough of me talking about it. Let's take a look at the beautiful figures. Starting things off, we have Rey in her episode 8 attire, but in a classic old Star Wars style, which is the same as the rest of the figures that we'll get in the series that you'll see. I love that she's using the same hairpiece as Qui-Gon Jinn, a cool little nod to the first wave of sets that we got back in 1999. And of course, she comes with the Skywalker lightsaber, as well as a BB-8 in an updated, more simplistic printing, in a similar vein to how R2-D2 used to look. Following her, we of course have Big Deal himself, FN2187. Finn, like a lot of the figures in the series that you'll see, has the old generic male hairpiece, which is what a lot of the figures used to have for a lot of Star Wars characters. Anyways, and of course here he's sporting the classic blaster piece, like the ones that come in the 20th anniversary sets, which you'll see also popping up a lot in this series. Of course we have to have the leader of the Knights of Ren, Kylo Ren or Ben Solo, and like his grandfather he uses the same classic long hairpiece in black, and it's a cool and cheap way to get Kylo Ren's lightsaber. And I love the simple scar detailing on his face there in the classic color that face printing used to use. Like this figure a lot. Anyways, Poe Dameron is also in the series, and he uses the classic Rebel fighter helmet piece, but in black rather than white for the first time. And I love how he has a very simple printing on his torso to look like the classic Rebel pilot orange jumpsuits, but updated a bit to represent the Resistance ones. We're also getting Captain Phasma here, which I think is just epic, and I can't believe that I literally spent $50 to get the First Order ATSD when I could have just gotten one here. I know that the printing is a lot simpler and she's in gray rather than silver, but I wouldn't mind it. I guess they thought that the First Order Stormtrooper helmets were simple enough to be included in this series, and she also comes with a double-sided cape in red and black, and she is here coming with a spear piece, because back then, that's what the Royal Guards used, as opposed to buildable spears. And speaking of Stormtroopers, we get a First Order one here with a simpler helmet print on it, and this figure is going to be super popular because this is going to allow a lot of army building now. What a crazy move on LEGO's part, and I can't wait to get my hands on a ton of these. I really hope that it has a classic angry clone face underneath. Moving on to Supreme Leader Snoke, I love how since gold didn't exist back then, they've brought back the pearl gold color that C-3PO used to use back then. The eyes here are the exact same as Palpatine's, but in blue, and I think that it looks really awesome, and along with the simplified scars, just makes the figure look really cool. It makes me sad that Palpatine wasn't one of the figures to be included in the 20th anniversary sets, but maybe they'll do a series 2 of the sets if they're successful. I really hope so. Next we've got Master Skywalker. But of course it's Luke Skywalker, and he's using his dad's hairpiece in light gray. He comes with a tan cape piece, and his accessory is just a regular staff piece in brown, because the one that the Occ 2 set has included the telescope piece that didn't exist in the early days of Star Wars, so it wouldn't be included here. Of course, we also get the other Skywalker, Leia, in her Episode 8 or Resistance outfit. And I love how she uses her bun pieces in tan, because if you look at the original Hoth Leia figure, she had the bun pieces there because this was all prior to the braided hairpiece that we see Leia coming with a lot nowadays. Also, another great part about this figure is that they brought back the purple that they used in the 2003 NBA figures, and I actually think that this color of purple looks a lot better than the one that comes in the sets with the bright violet. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Next, we've got Han Solo, Captain of the Millennium Falcon, and this is probably going to be a little controversial. This is him based off his appearance from Solo, a Star Wars story, which is cool since, like myself, a lot of other people didn't get the new Falcon. I love how similar this feels to the classic Han Solo figure, and I do like this figure a lot. And, of course, Lando Calrissian is also included in this series, looking very similar to his 20th anniversary counterpart, but of course in his solo outfit rather than his Cloud City administrator attire. I love the way the outfit looks, and seeing it here in a more simpler design just looks really awesome. Definitely one that I can't wait to pick up. He's got a classic blaster, and of course comes with a cape that is double-sided in navy and black. Another surprise is Jyn Erso representing Rogue One. She uses the classic female ponytail piece, and her accessory is a 2x2 tile with the Death Star plans printed on it. That's an awesome and cheap way to get that tile print, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Director Orson Krennic from Rogue One is also in the series, and he is here, and this is going to be an awesome and cheap way to get white capes. I like how his Imperial outfit looks like the classic ones that we got in 1999 with some of the Imperial officers in gray. This is going to be a really cheap way for people looking to get Krennic since he was in one of the most expensive Rogue One sets. While I did mention how we didn't get Palpatine in the sets, we do get him in his Chancellor robes. He has the exact same face print as the classic Palpatine figure, but the best part is the new simple hairpiece that he's coming with here. It's the exact same one that they based off of from the LEGO Star Wars video game. His accessory is equally cool with an orb piece in trans red with the Death Star printing on it, and the piece is on top of a black stud to represent the Death Star plans that Count Dooku gives him on Coruscant in Episode 2. Next we've got Queen Amidala, which again is a super rare figure and one that we've only ever gotten once of. This is another instance of a new hairpiece coming from the LEGO video game, and I think that it's really awesome to see here. Since I never got the chance to get the figure in the set, this is going to be an awesome and cheap way to get her here. Definitely a fine addition to my collection. Captain Rex is in the series representing the Clone Wars, and he has the classic Phase 2 helmet that you can see with the black head peeking through. The printing here feels very simple but yet complex, and I think it works super well here. I love how he has the same clone torso print, but with some cool captain or commander detailing to help him stand out amongst his fellow brothers. He also comes with a shoulder fabric piece in blue, which is similar to the ones that the Sand Troopers used to have. Another Clone Wars character is next, and it is Ahsoka Tano. I guess they deemed her headpiece simplistic enough to include here, but of course with some old classic coloring. Some people are really going to enjoy this and prefer the head printing over the big cartoony eyes that the original ones came with. This is very similar to her original outfit, but looks super great in the simplistic printing. Honestly, these next two figures are another surprise, but for sure a welcome one. To someone who didn't buy any Rebels sets, and don't get me wrong, I love Rebels, but those sets just never interested me. Anyways, as you can see, we get Ezra Bridger here in his Season 3 outfit, which is something that I know a lot of Rebels fans have been wanting for a long time now. I really like the way the figure turned out. The face print there is just so perfect and feels completely like Ezra. I love it a lot. Grand Admiral Thrawn from Rebels is also here, and he's got the classic male hairpiece in navy for the first time, which looks super cool. His torso printing is pretty similar to Krennic's, but his shoulder pads in yellow make him look a little bit different. Overall, a really cool and menacing looking figure that will definitely be a hot seller. The final figure has to be the biggest surprise to me, and I can't believe that we're finally getting it. It is, of course, Rebel Friend from LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy video game. This is just amazing. Not only is it great because it's referencing the game, but Rebel Friend has become such a meme and has become a bigger part of the Star Wars community, not just the LEGO community. There's even a Star Wars Battlefront mod where you can become him. Anyways, I'm super happy to finally be getting him as a figure, and I love how he has the classic expression that Rebel Friend always has. And this is an awesome and cheap way to get the Rebel Trooper helmet, which I also really appreciate. Anyways, that's all 20 of the 20th anniversary Star Wars figures that we're getting. And for the first time, LEGO has released official pictures of the checklist here, and this looks super awesome and follows the beautiful packaging that these 20th anniversary sets came with. Something cool to note from leaks is that these figures also come with the 20th anniversary logo printed on their backs, looking at Kylo Ren here from a leak that we've seen a while back. Overall, I think this is a really great series, and I can't wait to get my hands on all of them day one alongside the Disney series. But anyways, everyone, what do you all think of this series? I'm surprised that two collectible minifigure series are of course coming out on the same day, but I guess the same thing happened with the Unikitty and Harry Potter CMF series back of summer of last year. My favorite figure in this series is probably the Lando one, but what's all your guys' favorites? Which ones are you most excited to get, if any, and let me know down below in the comments if you're excited for this. I hope that you all enjoyed the video and that you all have a mediocre day, and I'll see you all in the previous one.